in my boat.
Court is in session with Ryan in Sacktown on If You Don't Like That. Now, Ryan in Sacktown.
Oh, must be Ryno. It's so damn hot. Milk was a bad choice. Some of the greatest acting ever by the legendary Ron Burgundy, channeled by Will Ferrell. What's up? King's Court Friday, back in the studio. Happy to be here. All right, let's clear some fake news up. We don't allow fake news around here. This is fake news. Let me go to the chat. Saw it just a second ago in the chat. Red California, first in. No show yesterday again? Grant forgot to show up again? He was here. I saw his show with my own two eyes. At least I saw it after the fact. So, no, Grant did a show. He is off for the weekend now. He's taking a long weekend. But yeah, he did a show last night. Go back and check it out. If you don't like that, same place where you are watching this on YouTube. Big shout out to all of our listeners on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, whichever you use to stream the King's Court with Ryno. Appreciate you. All of those that are watching on X YouTube, thank you. Happy Friday. It is a Summer Slam Friday, so Adam and I will be talking and previewing SummerSlam probably around the 4 o'clock hour. And yeah, stay cool this weekend. There's a reason. If you don't get it, I'm just not up here pressing buttons. I try to do a show within the show with the sound, and this weekend is going to be blazing hot,
So damn hot.
here in Sacramento. Milk will be a bad choice.
Milk was a bad choice.
So many good lines. Did you know that they basically came out with a second Anchorman? I know they came out with Anchorman too, but in between those, they had improv'd so much that they came out with an improv'd version of Anchorman. Dude, Ferrell movies near the top of the list. They are close to being my goats. And I know that he's had a couple stinkers. There was one that I just saw about a month ago that I was way late to the party on. Y'all would call me out for that. But when Will Ferrell hit the studio, hit the theaters, I was there. Our friends, our group of friends was there. I mean, it escalated.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Look, speaking of fake news, I'm not going to sit here and BS you. We spent a lot of time yesterday on a story that really raised my spirits. It was all about, it's the American dream, right? Starting a business, grinding your tail off. The guy that decided to sneak a crock pot into a movie theater. You remember that story yesterday? It kills me. It kills me that I have the duty to tell you it was fake. I got hooked. You can't get me hooked to vote for your podcast, as some of you have sent me DMs asking me to vote for your podcast, and then it sends you to a different sign in, and all of a sudden you're hacked. Pretty sure that's how one of my buddies that's on the air here in Sacramento got hacked. Can't get me there, but you can get me when you come out with a story that a man was kicked out of an IMAX for bringing a fully functioning crock pot in of chili and selling bowls in the back row. I got off here and I was serious. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go see if I can track this dude down. And sure enough, I found out it wasn't true. It was a deep fake. If I ever wanted a story to be real, it was this one. So, oh well. I guess we will have to continue talking about San Francisco, which has just completely taken over the news cycle this week. We'll get to them in a second, both the Niners and the Giants. Are we going to talk baseball? Kind of. What's up, Cody? Ryno, do you think has the most iconic frog splash in WWE history? I mean, there's two that come to mind, but I don't know if one was a frog splash. Did Macho Man do a frog splash? If Macho did the frog, I'm gonna have to go Macho, Eddie Guerrero, and then I'm gonna go with what's his name right now in the Street Profits. Somebody help me. I'm going to be talking wrestling with Adam in like, I don't know, 45 minutes. I can't remember the wrestler's name. The one that I think Montez Ford, his frog splash is sick. Yes, that means that who else is off the list? RVD's not on the list. It's a good question. That would have been a good one for the GOAT Day that we did a couple weeks ago. Adam Uso. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Nooch in Parts Unknown. I'll let you know. I will let you know. Chris Benoit. I don't think he did a frog splash. I think he did a head butt. Yes. Hey, at least I am ethical, and I'm not going to act like it's real. I'm going to address it. I'm going to be real with you. The crock pot was fake. But if you want to do that, hit me up. Maybe we can start a business. I liked that idea. No, it's fake. What's up, Flores? Story is fake, but the inspiration was real. Well done, Flores. I like where you went there. Good job, Flores. Very good comment. The story was fake, but the inspiration was real. Good job. Love it. Absolutely love it. Any plans this weekend? What's everybody going to be doing? Staying outside? If you're going to be outside, you better be by a body of water. I'm hoping this is the last push of summer. And I think it's kind of been a fairly mild summer. Knock on wood. I'm not a big summer guy. It's just I like fall the best. I don't know why. But I hope it's the final push. I'm ready for it not to be blazing hot. And as we talk about a final push summer, it means football is back. That is. Do we have football this Sunday? We might have football this Sunday. It might be the Hall of Fame game because we're already talking about Hall of Fame with Drew Brees. Let's see. Hall of Fame game. You got Larry Fitzgerald going into the Hall of Fame. Luke Kuechly. Okay. Preseason. Okay, it's not this weekend. We've got one more week to wait. Okay. You do have Hard Knocks, though, with the defending champion, Seattle Seahawks. They kick off next week as well. So, okay. We are 1 week away from getting some football. And don't act like you aren't excited for... dude, you're in the middle of the season. You're like, who watches the Hall of Fame game? But when you haven't had NFL football for months, it's like, dude, I'm going to watch. I'm going to lock into all 4 quarters. Inevitably, it doesn't happen. But yeah, you're excited for it. I'm excited for it. I like preseason football. Some people do not. I like it. Flying elbow. Oh, it was an elbow. Okay. Thanks. There you go. What's up, Athena? Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Flying headbutt. Yeah. Ryan is going to get a chili food truck. No, absolutely not. I'm not doing a food truck. I feel bad for food truck person. Like food trucks were, and I still think they're great, by the way, but the regulations that have been placed on food trucks have basically, I don't know how food trucks stay in business, to be honest with you. Like you've got to have like a damn good product because you have to park that truck in a city lot every night. You got to prep that food from that lot every day. What I'm saying is that's why whatever your meal is $20 in a food truck now. So that's why it's like the $1 million question for me when we see all these little pop-up tent restaurants that are along Delta Shores and are along Franklin and many other streets in Sacramento. I'm wondering, like, is that the workaround? Are people permitted for that? Not. I've tried one of them, and I don't want to poo-poo on their parade either. I'm just curious, but I've got to think if I was food truck guy, I would be pissed. I would be really mad because it's kind of cutting the line, right? You're undercutting the food trucks per se because you can charge a cheaper price. But then like you think about the tent restaurants and I'm like, well, is it hygienic? Like, are they really like if you're popping up a tent every day, are you turning the food over night? Are you throwing it away after each night? Too many questions come to mind. Yeah, too many questions. I don't have it in my schedule.
It isn't on my schedule
to think about it too much these days. All right, let's talk some sports really quick before Adam gets here. So the Niners dominated this week in terms of the news stream between Kyle Shanahan and also what's going on with Ricky Pearsall. Malik Mustafa's got a hamstring injury. Basically, the Niners are starting off the season in all the wrong ways, or I could say they're picking up where they left off last season, which is actually not a bad way to look at it because as a Seahawks fan, I was worried about the Niners. I actually thought y'all found something through all the adversity. As you got into the end of the season, you got into the playoffs, I was scared to play you, to be quite frank, because sometimes it's about who gets right at the right time. And when a team believes, like if you're playing that well and it's next man up and it's guys that are getting to play in games that they normally wouldn't get to play in because the guy in front of them is hurt, it might not be as good of a player, but they come and they raise to that level because it might be the only opportunity they get to start a playoff game. What I'm saying is it was like desperation and almost like it was fun. I don't know if I look at the 49ers and say they're always having fun playing football. Sometimes they look uptight. Sometimes they just look a little rigid, but they looked like they were having fun. So I digress. We asked the question, if Pearsall's going to be out, where are they going to turn? Turns out they're turning to Debo. No, not DeMar DeRozan. Debo Samuel back to San Francisco on a 1-year deal. Cool. But I'm going to ask the same question. Is he going to make it out of training camp healthy? Who else? Who's next for the Niners? They just put pads on today. I'm not wishing injury on any player. That's not what I'm sitting here trying to do. I'm not wishing bad luck on the 49ers, but it's getting a little ridiculous. Like everybody that's got their tin hats on talking about the energy center that's next, whatever it is, that's next to the practice facility, they are getting a lot more tinder for that fire. And I look, Debo is a solid receiver. My question is, how are you going to use Debo? Are you going to use him as a receiver, or are you going to treat him like a high school Z-back where he's part running back, part receiver? If you do the latter, the guy's not going to make it through the first 4 weeks. So Kyle Shanahan's going to have to tweak that, and maybe you get Ricky Pearsall back too. But you go back to somebody familiar with the offense. It's not going to be a distraction. I like it. Good job by the Niners. Kyle Shanahan story, still not slowing down. In fact, Matt Mayoko was on Dan Patrick today talking about what happened when the reporters, or Dan asked the question about the reporters being pulled into the office off the record. And on top of that, Matt Mayoko gave some further insight into the processes of the Palo Alto Police Department, their policies, etc. Anyways, I'll play it for you. Here was Matt Mayoko on Dan Patrick.
It's the concussion that's really been the lingering issue, and you just never know when that's going to heal back to normal. But I agree with you 100%. If they had just put it out immediately, and if the Palo Alto PD had just said, okay, here's the accident report, and here's all the information, and all of that confusion and all of the distrust, towards the team, toward reporters, I'm getting a lot of the back blow from it too. Like I'm somehow in cahoots with Kyle Shanahan and Palo Alto PD. I'm not. Wouldn't have occurred.
When Shanahan was made available to reporters with no cameras, any topics not allowed?
There were. I mean, they were off the record, so I can't tell you. But he kind of explained what his point of view was, and this was on the record. I mean, he was very distressed that this other driver, a 21-year-old female, who he was already really guilty over, putting in harm's way, had initially been blamed for the crash when it was his fault, his inattention.
Yeah.
So that was the impetus of him calling reporters in. And then the other part was to explain what we just talked about, that it wasn't his intent to hide it. He said that he called 14, I don't know, maybe a dozen close associates, friends, family, let them know, and he didn't tell them not to put it out there. He thought it would. It just didn't at that point. And the team hasn't said exactly why it didn't put it out there. To your point, it's an accident. It happens. There was no criminality involved. No one was cited in the whole thing. He's the only one that got hurt. So I think that they just figured, it's something that everybody has, and we're just going to kind of let it go.
As for the Niners on the field this year, that seems to be a mystery too, Matt. You're in a real tough division. How would you handicap what to expect from the Niners?
So Dan Patrick is getting ready to retire, and he will go down as one of the legends in this field. I shouldn't even say in this field. I'm not in that field. I'm in this field, the podcast game right now. But sports talk. He is mainstay, heavy hitter. Get it. And much respect for that. He's the one that came up with the idea for the commercials that were, this is Sports Center, et cetera, et cetera. But man, oh man, one thing that's not being said about Dan Patrick, dude is a hoarder. Holy crap. They did a 360 degree around his entire studio. I don't know how they walk around. Like, there's little paths. You remember when there was a fire in his studio? Dude, like, hoarder. I realized it. You know what I really realized? That, okay, he's a hoarder. Like, yeah, you've got cool stuff. You have like from this era, you have every Hall of Famer's All-Star jersey from the NBA hanging on your wall, probably worn by the player and signed. And you've got all these little knickknacks. They're doing the interview, and it's going around part of the studio that has one of those big old fake Nike chains, or not Nike chains, but San Francisco 49ers chains that Jerry Rice wears all the time. with his 6 Super Bowl rings, showing them off to the opposing team's fans that travel to San Francisco. You know, the same Jerry Rice that cuts off interviews on national TV to butt into them. Same one that runs routes in his Skechers before 49ers games. Yeah, that guy. He's got that in there. And I'm thinking like, whoa, dude. I knew, though, it was a problem when he was at the Tahoe Golf Tournament because Dan Patrick traveled with a bunch of that stuff. Can you imagine? And then all of the producers, holy crap, man. They got their own little areas. Got a group of hoarders doing a radio show. Damn it, it's a good radio show. But dude's a hoarder. Mostly I like the show, except Dan is a D-bag to Todd, even if he deserves it. Yeah, I don't... Look, Dan... I've never met Dan Patrick. Dan was on in the mornings when we were at Fox. So I've listened here and there. I respect that he will ask the difficult questions, and that's why some people will not come on with him. But yes, there is like there's a little bit of a Delta Bravo effect there, like with the way he talks to his producers. You know, like it does come off as like talking down or like talking to his group. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Holier than thou. I get it. Yep, I don't disagree, Dino. Dino, what's the temperature supposed to be in Vegas this weekend? That Dylan dude has some garbage takes, so I don't even know who his Danettes are now. Yeah, if you have people called the Danettes, you might be a little Delta Bravo-ish, but that's okay. I guess he's earned that at this point in his career. What am I to say? Yeah, who keeps stuff like that? I don't know. I swear I've seen that somewhere else. You're not quite there. Yours is classy right now, Adam. Yours looks good. 100. Holy bleep. 116 Dino. Dino's my guy. Fellow clone. Love Dino. Lives in Vegas. 116 this weekend. Dino, what, like, air conditioners, do they even like get the house down to like 75 when it gets that hot? Ooh. And it's like 116 is not out of the norm. When the Kings were in Vegas for Summer League, I looked at the weather, and the first night they were playing, it was 109. I'm like, 1+ of not being there. He's new. He sucks. Fair enough. Dino listens to a lot of sports talk radio, so I will take his word for that. I trust his word. All right, so we've covered the Niners bit of this. Rarely do we talk baseball, and we are not going to talk baseball traditionally, but we are going to talk about Harrison Bader. Anybody hear this story about Harrison Bader? He's on the IL already for the Giants because of plantar fasciitis. And he ended up getting into a scooter crash. Yes, a scooter crash. Not all that uncommon. I want to defend some of the Giants players and Giants staff, because if you've ever walked to the stadium, like when you, what's that main drag that you get on? Is it Embarcadero? Maybe it's Embarcadero. Anyways, the main drag that the stadium is built on, you walk by the players and the employees' entrance, and what do you see? You see a zillion motorized scooters, because it's how these guys get around in San Francisco. It's easier, it's more feasible, it's cheaper than a car. But yeah, he wasn't coming from the stadium. He wasn't going to the stadium. He was out about 1:50 in the morning, 3rd Street. Thank you, Gravy. Gravy 707. Appreciate that. Where's the 707? I feel like I should know where the 707 is. That Central Coast? 707. Where is that? Now you got me sidetracked. Northwestern California. Okay, you're Santa Rosa, Napa, Eureka. All right, good. Good. Anyways, Scooter's super regular. This one happened at 1:50 in the morning. And what's notable is there's reports that he was drinking, and it wasn't like, oh, I wasn't balanced and I fell over on my scooter. No, he ran into a fire truck. Yeah, let me repeat that. Harrison Bader ran into a fire truck. And further, there's reports said fire truck might have ran over his injured foot. So now the Giants are looking to do an investigation, most likely to see if there's anything in his contract. But I'm going to call middle ground here, okay? I'm gonna call middle ground because Harrison Bader was not in a car. Now, I get that these scooters can cause a lot of injury. It's a hot topic right now with kids zooming around on these things, zooming by people that are walking in parks, and it's like, oh, crap, that would have been worse than getting hit by somebody on a bike. I get it. They're a little more commonplace in San Francisco, but I'm going to give dude credit. He ain't behind the wheel. At least he was being responsible in that sense. But how liquored up do you have to be to run into a freaking fire truck? We're not talking about a pole. We're not talking about a sedan. Hell, we're not even talking about a lifted truck, which would be bad. We're talking about a freaking fire truck. You got to be pretty blitzed to do that. And how does the fire truck run over you? And why do San Francisco fire trucks now possibly have a history of running over people that they're supposed to be rescuing? I'm so confused. Anyways, everybody's piling in on him now because he's the latest in baseball, guys, especially in San Francisco. Jeff Kent, what happened? He's washing his car and he broke his arm. But Bader, back in college, was suspended 19 games for crashing a scooter. So I guess dude just ain't great with the scooter. Might want to put the scooter down. But I do respect that dude did not get in a car. So this is going to be something, honestly, that I'm going to keep my eye on because I was reading the story. I'll read you a couple things. It's from the New York Post. Like literally, this is the headline in the New York Post. Harrison Bader suffers major injury after crashing scooter into fire truck dash, which then runs him over. Let's see. This is what the interesting part of the story is with me. So despite indicating otherwise, just last week, manager Tony Vitello confirmed Thursday afternoon that the offseason free agent addition had played his final game this season. And he's saying he probably wouldn't have returned before that had this not happened. But he's 32 years old. Okay, his first year in San Francisco. Are they going to find something to try to invalidate his contract? That's what I want to watch for here, because I think it would be, and I don't know what's in his contract. I do know that a lot of the Giants and the staff and the people that work there use those scooters to get around. So I don't know if that would necessarily be in there. Regardless, dude, fire truck. I mean, a fire truck. How do you run into a fire truck? Petaluma, shout out. I like Petaluma. Petaluma's cool. It's got that little shopping center. It's got the Starbucks. What's in there? Is there like a Mr. Pickles or something in there? Shout out to Petaluma. Bay up to Eureka. Of course, the guy in Texas knows that. Wouldn't be dumpster fire of a season for the San Francisco Giants without a story like this. Good job. You can still get a DUI. Yeah, I know. Like in Davis, you can get a BUI, biking under the influence. I know. I get it. Still, I kind of have a problem with that. I do. Because you're choosing an alternate route of transportation other than driving. I think there should be a little discretion used there. Like, it shouldn't be one of those things. And here we go. I'm getting off on a tangent. Shouldn't be one of those things that, like, you're looking to hit somebody with. Like, you stop them because they're going too fast in the bike lane. And it's like, oh, have you had anything to drink? Well, I had one beer. Oh, okay. Well, why don't you step over here and do a test with me? Okay. No. But like, if you are hammered and on a bike, then you shouldn't be on a bike because you're a danger to yourself. So I would say it's fair in that sense. But holy crap. Jeff Kent made the Hall of Fame this year. Yeah, he finally did. Good point. Wouldn't be, yep, we hit that one already. An emergency vehicle. Yeah, I think it would be highly, unless, and here's the thing though, the team does want to investigate this, and he is not participating right now in the investigation. So keep an eye on that. Again, I think there might be something in the contract that they might be wanting to investigate to see if there's something to invalidate it. If they invalidated it, unless there's something explicit in the contract, like if you get on a scooter after drinking, we have the right to invalidate your contract. I don't know. It would feel like a very Giants thing to do. Like, you know, actually being better than you expected and then still trading off players at the deadline last season. That's a Giants thing to do. So anyways, Harrison Bader, if you need him. Story we talked about yesterday. We've got Adam, by the way, coming up here in just a few minutes. It's hard to judge the distance behind you in a fire truck since it's not a standard size. No, okay. No. Well, no. I disagree. Would have gotten a lot of BUIs as 18 if I lived in Davis. Look, I'm always here preaching the alternative, man. You get on a bike, okay, as long as you can safely ride a bike. Now, if like you're somebody that can barely stand up and you get on a bike, you don't belong on a bike. If you could hurt yourself or someone else, you don't belong on that bike. But if you have a couple beers and pizza over at Woodstock's in Davis, dude, Woodstock's pizza is amazing, but it is so expensive. So expensive. And it's one of those like nostalgic college town things. They got one in San Diego. They've got one in Slow. They've got one in Davis. So good, but so expensive. Very, very evil, but very nice. Isn't that how it goes for Danhausen? Wrestling coming up 20 minutes with that. Well, about 15. We'll go to wrestling early today since we are kind of low on the sports news. Yesterday, we talked about Zach LaVine. I just want to go back to this conversation briefly. Carmichael David came out and put out that the Kings will not be buying out Zach LaVine, and they intend and look forward to Zach contributing to this team this year. I tend to lean a little bit more with David. I have never heard, or I shouldn't say I've never heard. I have not heard anything from those in the know or anybody with the Kings, but based on, and I said this yesterday, that might have been the Kings' approach before Zach LaVine opted in. because that would have been your only leverage against Zach LaVine. It would be like, yes, yeah, opt in, but we're going to sit you on the bench. You're going to suffer for 82 games of Kings basketball and not be a part of it. At this point, I think it would be irresponsible to at least explore whether or not he can help this team this year and whether or not he can help his value. Can he play himself possibly to a place that makes the contract look a little more, you have a little more tolerance at the trade deadline for an expiring deal, $24 million, a guy that can still play at a very high level. I don't think the Kings system has done Zach LaVine any favors. I put him in the same category as when we talk about Keegan Murray, we talk about Kevin Herter, we talk about any Kings three-point shooter without, I would leave, for the most part, Malik Monk out. But the Kings have ruined three-point shooters. Like, it's the system. It's not the shooters. And it's the play, too. Something as simple as just the passing can throw things off. So you have to – here's the thing. You can buy him out at any time. It's not like you have this window that you have to buy him out in. And there's no benefit to buying him out today versus in 2 months if you try him out and see how he plays for the team. So I seem to lean a little bit more with Mr. Dave from Carmichael on this. However, I do respect James Ham's reporting. I think there is some truth to that. So who knows? We'll see. We will monitor it. You can go back to the show yesterday. We hit it pretty heavy. I talked about the free throws. I did the math. It was 39.9% of the Kings' free throws are no longer on the roster. It's a big, big, fat number. How are they going to get to the line this season? It's got to be an important part of what Doug Christie implements. So, all right. You know what? We've kind of got through the sports stuff. There's not a ton of stuff going on. I can hit you with some of the X headlines really quick. Russell Westbrook, maybe to Houston. Okay. I would love that. You know why I would love that? Because it would completely take off all of the... Is he going to come to Sacramento? No. Rockets eye Russell Westbrook reunion. And it's only got 2.1 posts. Here's a big one. Victor Wembanyama signs long-term Nike extension with signature shoe line. Here's my question for you. Because a lot, and yes, I see DeMar DeRozan up there. That's not I think he's going to be in Toronto, especially what's going on with Kawhi Leonard. But back to Wemby really quick. So I was having a discussion with some of my friends, and we were talking about the iPhone 1. If you had a sealed iPhone 1, you never opened it. You bought it the day it came out, and you set it in your closet for 20 minutes, 20 years, or whatever it's been. They came about 20 years. They came out in like 07, 08. You set it in your closet for 20 years. Those things are auctioning for 6 digits. We think about the Michael Jordan line of shoes. The people that had the foresight to buy a pair of the MJ ones, set them in the closet, dead stock, and let them collect dust. Let the box collect dust while those shoes stay pristine. Think about the value that those shoes now carry. Is it too late? Like, have we hit a point now that Wemby's going to have his signature shoe line, because my friends and I, we were talking about the best little like investments that we could buy from 2026 and set aside for like 20 years and be like, oh, that's, in 20 years, that's going to be worth a lot of money. Would a pair of Wemby ones, are they going to get treated like a pair of MJ ones? Like, I think there's too many out there for sale now. Then you've got too many fakes. Yeah. I don't know. Let me know. Friends and I were debating that. Kings need Levine on the court to help Acuff or another veteran like Monk on the court to take that defensive pressure off him. Hey, you know what? I just want to say this. I haven't heard anybody else in Sacramento say this, and I don't listen to anybody else in Sacramento, but obviously there are people that I talk to that also do shows and content. And I haven't heard any of them bring this up. I was talking to some people that commonly are looking at, thanks Dino, by the way. Dino said I sent you a strange video involving Harrison Bader when he was a Cardinal. Cool. I don't know if I can get it. Oh, you know what, Dino? I can't get it up because then I got to put my DMs on the screen, and I don't want to put my DMs on the screen just because of there's nothing bad in my DMs. Let's be clear about that. But I don't want y'all to see who I'm DMing with. I don't think that would be fair to some of those people. But I'll run it on Monday. How's that? Perfect. Really quick. Yeah, it's not like Haunted Horses DMs, my man. Like, they're not going to be filthy and, stuff that you need to turn your back to. It's just, confidentiality. I want to respect that for some of the people that may or may not show up on that screen. Anyways, talking to somebody that scouts basketball talent and at the college level. And anyways, he was telling me about what Victor Oladipo is doing right now. And I'm like, okay, interesting. So I started looking into what Victor Oladipo's doing. He's trying to get another shot right now in the NBA. And he put out a couple of tweets, kind of a grassroots thing. And now he's working out. I found out he's working out in Greece with Giannis, or was in Greece with Giannis and some other NBA players, working out with one of the Heat's trainers. So I don't know where Victor Oladipo is at physically right now. I don't know. I need to go back. I need to look at where Victor Oladipo was at when he left the league. But wouldn't a Victor Oladipo type of player as a backup be a really good fit for the Kings? I don't know if he's ready NBA-wise, but if you're looking at guys that are unsigned and you have somebody like Victor that's scratching and clawing to do anything to get back into the NBA, which means they are going to embrace any type of role on an NBA team, it's an interesting name to think about. And again, I don't know physically where he looks good. He looks really good, by the way, physically. I watched one of his workouts. Looks really good. But I thought that was an interesting name. It stuck with me. So could Victor Oladipo maybe be somebody the Kings could consider? I like that name. Dude was a bona fide, he was a really good basketball player. Now, to be transparent, I don't remember why he went out of the league. It might have been injuries. I would have to go back and look at that, but everybody says vet, somebody that can handle the ball, somebody that when they need to has shown the ability to score. Victor Oladipo. Put that name in your back pocket. You might not hear it again here in Sacramento, but I haven't heard anybody else say that name here in Sacramento. So I wanted to throw that out there. Victor Oladipo. It's kind of a good formula, because you're not. Here's the thing. You could get a guy that just wants a contract, right? And that's not what the Kings are looking for. And because you're the Kings, because you're the bottom of the league, because a lot of players know how this team has been ran for so many years, you might just be coming here to get that direct deposit and get one more year of money. But if you're somebody that's like looking to get themselves back into the league, somebody that is thirsty just for an opportunity, and somebody that's as tenured as a Victor Oladipo, I like that formula for any type of player. That's kind of like the Precious Achua formula to a degree. Something to prove. Just saying. Think Victor Oladipo. Not saying he's the right guy, but I wonder if we won't hear that name again here in Sacramento at some point. We'll see. Don't forget Discord coming for the 26-27 season. I have a meeting this weekend to design the shirts for our founders. If you want to be a founder of the Discord, scan the Venmo code or PayPal code. $20 will get you the entire season for free, and a founder's t-shirt. Compliments of Bennett's Restaurants, Brian and the team, Hal, Fair Oaks, Roseville, Rockland. Make sure you go out there for brunch this weekend, 11 to 2 p.m. Also Prime Rib every weekend. Don't want to miss out on that. One of my favorites for sure. Discord, if you're not familiar with it, it is a more intimate setting than what we are in now. It's not me talking to you with all the controls. It's all of us gathering in one room. We're going to be doing some live watch parties for some of the road games. We're going to be doing monthly events. We're going to be doing game nights, and we're going to have exclusive guests that will only appear on the Discord and group discussions. I've already got a G League champion that's going to be joining us for one of the appearances. So it's going to be a membership. Once the season starts, it'll be a monthly membership, unless you get the Founders membership, which will get you the entire season right now for $20 and a t-shirt. Make sure you check it out. You can still sign up once we launch as well, but then it will be a monthly subscription. So looking forward to doing that. Thanks to all of our founders. Scrolling across the bottom, if you are a founder, you know that we have already touched base with you. So yeah, looking forward to it. Going to be fun. And you guys have been asking for watch parties. So my big thing with the watch party is making sure that we're able to see the same screen for the game. So I pretty much locked in there that we're going to be able to do that. So anyways, Fridays, thank you, Dino. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Fridays, you know what they're for? They are for wrestling. And I got to be honest, SummerSlam used to be like the third best pay-per-view on the. Does he even know he's on? Why do you have a glove, my man? What are you doing? Oh, you're doing the solo.
Ow!
You're doing the solo.
Pew! Bow! This is your warning shot. Bow!
So,
Pew, 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 pew.
so stupid. The Usos.
Dude, bring us to the wide camera angles. I can't do this slim look.
Why can't you do the slim look?
Because I need more space.
All right. Hey,
You can't find me in this.
Hey, turn your headphones down a little bit.
Not again.
Just turn them down a little bit. That's all I'm asking for, because I can hear myself coming out of your headphones.
I know, but I'm deaf. This is your warning shot. Bow. Pew. Pew pew.
Adam channeling his inner Jey Uso and Solo. Did you cut? Hold on, let me look. Let me bring you in full screen. Did you cut the fingers off of golf gloves to do this, Adam?
Nope.
Is that what you did?
Get a real good look at it. It's actually a left-handed glove, and I put it on my right hand for the whimsy. But let me put it on, and I'm going to give you a real good close-up look at the glove I use to golf.
So they are golf gloves. That's what I thought.
They are golf gloves. Yeah. I had one that's just a normal glove, but this one, if you've ever played anywhere hot, this one comes in handy.
Why even wear a glove? What is it? Lady Classic? Why do you have a ladies glove, dude? Of course you have a ladies glove.
Cut off mesh glove. That's where
Kinda
the power comes.
Okay. So that's like what Roman Reigns wears to the ring. It's like cut off mesh. Got it.
Pretty much.
Anyways, we've got SummerSlam this weekend, and I was gonna say I used to consider SummerSlam like a top 2-3 pay-per-view. There's like no excitement for SummerSlam this year. It's just kind of like whatever.
SummerSlam is, I mean, traditionally probably my favorite pay-per-view every year.
Then Mania and Royal Rumble?
I do, yes. And I second for me is Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Those are my two favorites. So, yeah, I'm with you. Like, the build has been weird. There's some really great things happening, and then there's some really, I mean, I want to cuss right now. There's some really bad things happening.
Okay.
The best thing happening, Solo Sikoa. That's my dog. He is killing it right now, bro. He is the closest thing out of anyone in that family to The Rock.
His range is growing. Just he needs to dress different.
It's always been there. They just didn't want to see Solo shine.
Okay. Well,
but did you catch the promo on Monday? I mean, it was incredible.
It was good. Yes.
When he goes, no, it was incredible. When he goes, I love where I'm at. LA loves Solo Sikoa. And people started to chant Solo. Not the whole crowd, but they did it. And I love him. When he gives that smile, and when he hit, he said that stuff about Jay when he was like, what are you going to do? Eat on me for 30 minutes and put us all to sleep? And Jay laughed. Like, he got him. He got him good.
You hit from the ladies' tees, my man?
No, that's disrespectful.
Okay, why am I getting feedback on
Gravy, anytime you want to play from the ladies' tees with me, though, let's put some money on it.
Icebox says his head is too big. Solo's head's not too big. Gunther's bet. Dude, you want to talk about
about me?
You want to talk about
the battle about my head.
Of two different heads? How about Nick Aldis, who's got a tiny head, versus Gunther, who has a giant head?
Does he have a giant head? He has a giant head on my shirt.
He's got a giant head.
I don't think it's that giant. I think he's just, better than you.
Fair enough. Okay, so I want to start. Let's run down the card really quick. I don't know what they've done in ticket sales. It was not strong as of last week.
No, sitting. Last I heard, it was around 34,000 in a 72,000 seat stadium.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, it's a lot better than 22.
Good. What did they do last SummerSlam? It was in New Jersey,
and it was sold
I think
out.
probably
Oh
did.
no,
Yeah, it was sold out.
no, I don't think it was. I think they had the top deck.
Oh yeah, you might be right. They might have fudged that a little bit, but the year prior to that, it was sold out, and that was a great WrestleMania. That was when Rhea beat Liv, right? 2 years ago.
You're talking about SummerSlam.
Yeah, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, whatever the summer WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think it was in Cleveland. Cleveland.
Oh yeah, Cleveland was last year. The year before was New Jersey, and that one was awesome.
No, you've got this all wrong, dude. Are you trolling me right now? Last year was New Jersey.
It was?
Yes. It's when
2 years
Seth
ago was
Rollins.
the Logan Paul crap in Cleveland SummerSlam.
Correct.
Was that where Rhea?
No, it wasn't Cleveland. It was Nashville. It was Nashville.
Who cares at this point? I think
Okay.
we're just going in circles.
Uber Sokoa. I heard they're giving away tickets. They should. That's exactly what they should do. I would paper. It's
Pack
called
the house.
papering the event. Paper the damn event. That's what I would do.
Pack the house.
If you can't make it, fake it. Like that's what you need to do for a stadium show like that. All right. So what match are you looking forward to the most?
I'll give you 3, maybe.
Okay.
Oh shoot, where's my night 2 stuff? I need to pull up night 2. Sorry, this is really entertaining.
You're supposed to be the wrestling guy. I'm disappointed in you.
Well, I pulled it up, and then it only gave me night 1. So, whatever. Night 1. I mean, maybe Jacob Fatu, Royski's, LA Knight, Solo Sikoa. I'm sorry, the Usos, Jacob Fatu versus Royski's, LA Knight, Solo Sikoa. 16 title match. I mean, that's the one that I'm having the most fun with building up to SummerSlam.
Okay.
The Chad and Penta match is going to be awesome, and I'm looking forward to that. But I don't know. I don't feel like the build has been great. I mean, since we've left the Grande versus Grande match, there hasn't been a lot for Chad Gable to do, so I feel like it's kind of cooled a little bit. And I know it's going to be a great match, but I'm just not as excited for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, this is where his run. I don't know why I'm hearing you so bad. Maybe it's just or hearing myself so bad. This is where his run is going to get that gasoline poured back on it. This is where it restarts. This is where, if everything goes to plan, he's going to have the massive reaction. He's going to have the night of his career, besides what happened in Mexico. And if he does not come out, and I'm talking about Chad Gable, on fire from this, then WWE is filling Chad Gable. Because the promos they ran for him on Raw on Monday, like hometown, like they are trying to just, soften that crowd up as much as they can to explode for Chad. So I think that probably could be one of the matches of the night, maybe the match of SummerSlam, to be honest with you.
It could be match of the night or all of SummerSlam. Yeah, you're totally right. I absolutely believe that. I mean, you look at the rest of it, though. I mean, Punk and Cody, that's got a shot at being match of the night, I would think. Let's see. Roman Seth. Do we want to talk about that yet? Or do you want to go somewhere?
Well, I do want to throw this out really quick. There has been something so easy that I've always wondered why WWE has not done, and that is for, I don't know, $10, selling you an ear set or something that you could put into your ear at a live event where you can hear the commentary if you're actually like at the show.
They do that? Or
No, they have not done that. But what they did do is they launched WWE Radio on Sirius. And so now the broadcasts of SummerSlam are going to go over Sirius Radio. So if you're in the stadium, you could theoretically...
Audio broadcast of SummerSlam?
That's correct. They're going to be doing it for the pay-per-views or the PLEs going over. Anyone
else in the chat think that's a little freaking weird?
No, I think it's a great idea. I think they are... Great idea. They're way behind. They should have done that years ago. Who will get ESPN moment of the night?
Who's only listening to SummerSlam?
Dude. It's not okay. You're okay. It's just as useful for the people that are at SummerSlam. You can hear the commentary.
Okay.
Good. You know, they were just here. They were here last weekend.
Yeah. They're going to be in Shreveport, Louisiana. In like a week or two, something like that. I don't know.
Do we know? I guess we'll find out tonight. But do we know who's kicking off night one on ESPN?
Not necessarily, but it looks here that it's probably Fatal Influence versus the Bellas and Paige. And like, could you start the show off on a worse note if that's the case? I hope that's not the case. I think you might get a Gunther, Nick Aldis. Maybe get the Usos versus LA Knight. They've been starting shows off with a bang lately. And so that's where I'm like, maybe they hit us with Liv Morgan, Io Sky out the gate. And then we get lulled to sleep by a Fatal Influence, but they're hoping our adrenaline just carries us through that. And then you probably get like Gunther, Aldis.
Yeah, I'm
Hell in a
tired.
Cell is probably your second to last match, unless it's the first.
I'm tired. I am so tired of them putting the heavy hitters, and I get why they're doing it because it's on ESPN, but you're pigeonholing their matches. Like, there's only so much they're going to do on ESPN. I personally think it will be a waste of Hell in a Cell with Brock and Oba if you put that on ESPN. Because if you put it on ESPN, there's so much less that those guys can do.
Yeah, they can't. You're not going to get any color in that match.
Right.
That's
exactly right.
And okay, so here was, I'm a big CVV stan. I sent him an email for this week's episode, and my question, it's Ask CVV on Fridays.
Can you explain to the audience who CVV is?
Chris Van Vliet. He interviews all the wrestlers that, like, basically he's got your dream job if you enjoy this stuff. But so on Fridays he does an episode where listeners can ask a question. My question was, if you were any... Okay, so let me frame it a little bit. They aired a vignette of the cage, the Hell in a Cell, the cage is lowering down upon you was the shot. So if you, Rhino, could be any cage in the history of cages, what cage would you be? Or is there a specific match that you wish you could have been the cage of? Was there ever a like what's your favorite cage match is essentially what it is. But my question was, okay, how often they don't replace the cage every single time they use one, right?
I don't know the answer to that.
I doubt it.
Okay.
They don't get new barriers every time they go to a new city, right? Probably use it a while until it's broken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the same rule applies for the cage. So my pick was give me the blue steel cage match, like the original OG square blue steel. No Zoolander reference. But I go, okay. And then if I had to pick a match, give me Owen and Brett in 94 SummerSlam because it's SummerSlam and whatever. I didn't get Red on the air, but what era or match, if you were a cage, if you were a steel cage in WWE, which match would you pick?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
No, I the blue cage is nostalgic. Yes, I would agree. ESPN's not doing the hour for SummerSlam. I looked it up.
Yeah.
Great. That's awesome.
Good call out, Justin. Yeah, they're not doing that.
That is great. I'm happy to see that. Okay.
He was the biggest. Icebox is the biggest hater of the ESPN hour, and he's right. They screw it up.
Have you not been listening to anything that I've said?
He said it months ago, bro. You said it this week. You stole his idea. I love where I'm at, baby. The King's Court loves Marcuso.
This guy, dude. This is why I love Fridays with you, man. Unpredictable. It's your show. Take it anywhere you want, man.
Hell yeah. Where do we want to go?
All right.
Let's run it. Night one, Fatal Influence.
Hold on. Before we run it, I just want to ask.
Yes, we have something else to talk about. We have one more thing to talk about.
Oh my god. Okay, go ahead.
You go.
I was going to ask, are we going to get any surprises at SummerSlam?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know.
What constitutes a surprise for Ryno and Sacktown?
Like returns. Or are we going to get any big returns?
I like where you're headed. What kind of returns? Who's going to return? Who are our options? Let's start there.
I think Randy Orton is somewhere on that list.
That's an option. Kevin Owens.
I just don't think he's physically there. I would love to see Kevin Owens.
I'm with you too. More than anyone in the world, I just did an I Love You solo, not realizing. I want Kevin Owens back more than anyone, but I'm with you. I don't think he's coming back. yet. Naomi?
Yeah, because Jimmy already had the baby.
Baby?
Yeah, yeah, Big Jim had the baby. So yeah, I think you could maybe see Naomi. That's a good poll. That's a really good poll. Okay, so we have Orton, Owens, Naomi.
Who else is injured? I actually, I'm going to do a haunted horse here. And we're going to take you on the, what does he call his mobile camera that he uses? Horse, are you here? Can you chime in?
It's the Jim in Indiana cam.
Jim in Indiana cam is getting utilized on the King's Court, right in Sacktown. This is my injured shelf. So there we go. We got Kevin Owens, Kit Wilson. Well, Kit Wilson's not injured. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Logan Paul, Elton Prince. I don't know if we're going to see Elton Prince ever again, if I'm honest.
No, you're not. Wow, you have an injured shelf.
Yeah.
You into voodoo too?
Come on, baby. New Orleans is my favorite city in the world.
Okay. All right, let's run down the card. I think we've thrown out the names that could return. Naomi's a really good one.
Fatal Influence.
What's that?
Fatal Influence. Do you think we have any surprise returns, like a legend? It's not going to be Mick Foley.
Yeah. It's in Minneapolis.
Prince?
Dude, are you what did you smoke before this show? What did you drink before this show? This is a train wreck. Bronson Reed, he's lost a lot.
Hey, there's
of weight.
another one. Yeah, good call. I knew I was missing something.
He's lost a lot of weight. Did you hear about that?
No, I only smelt it. All right. The Usos, Jacob Fatu versus Royce Keys, LA Knight, and Solo Sikoa. Who you got?
I am going to go with Solo in the group.
Yeah, baby. Minneapolis loves Solo Sikoa.
That's where you're going?
And LA Knight crushing it lately. On the mic. Come on, I'm with you. All right, let's roll, baby. We got Gunther versus Nick Aldis.
So Nick Aldis got super emotional on your boyfriend's show. And yeah, CVV. You don't even call him Chris Van Vliet or whatever. By the way, he's like basically a WWE employee. There was a superstar that was walking through the hallway and he's sitting there clapping for him in the line of employees. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to...
He's a good guy. He's
a WWE employee.
No, I mean, if they were smart, he would be.
Fair enough. All right. You don't even have me like. How do we reset this? Like, can
Nick
I do it?
Aldis or Gunther? Warning shot. Bow.
All right. I am going to say Nick Aldis is going to have a heck of a showing. He got super emotional. Dude's always wanted to wrestle for WWE. He's never gotten a chance to wrestle for WWE. This could be his only time wrestling for WWE. He's going to have a very strong showing, but Gunther will win.
If Nick Aldis wins, Triple H needs to be fired. Next match, Obafemi, Brock Lesnar. wrong Lesnar.
By the way, what they did on Monday night, they doubled down on this whole interim title thing that we didn't like.
Why?
That's too close to UFC. They doubled down on that with doing a weigh-in. Like, what is this? Like, is there a UFC person in the room, in the creative room now? WWE is doing weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Anyways.
The owner of the company.
Yeah. So anyways, this should absolutely be it's tough because you're going into a time of the year where I think you're going to have to strap Oba Stremi. You've got me so off my game right now. Oba Femi, you're going to have to strap him soon after this, but this is going to be the absolute rocket to his back that's just going to immortalize him as the next Brock Lesnar in this industry. I think it's going to be a great match between both of them, and I expect blood. I expect false finishes. I expect 97 F5s, 75 of Oba's finishes, but Oba will beat Brock in the cage, and this is going to be Brock's kind of send off.
You really trust him that much?
Yeah, WWE is so high on him, and the fans have just. Here's the thing: he's not had to do that much to get this over. He's really good on the mic. He's really good in the ring. He's got the look. He's got the charisma. Yeah, he's got everything. So I would say he's going to be like a Brock Lesnar that can actually speak on the stick. So yeah, this is where Oba takes off. This is where Brock exits stage left. You?
They're going to do the wrong thing.
Okay.
I'm calling it. They're going to give Brock the win because they already gave him the loss at WrestleMania in the retirement. They're going to have Brock Lesnar beat Oba Femi. Watch. I'm calling it now. They're going to do the dumbest thing they ever could, and Brock Lesnar will win at SummerSlam.
I'm going to tell you why I think you're wrong really quick.
Go
that
ahead.
puts Brock 2-1 in the series. Okay.
No. I know.
And here's where I also think you're wrong. What did we all do? Like, our jaws dropped when the Undertaker streak ended to Brock Lesnar. Like, you remember that one fan that became the meme whose eyes was popping out of his head? Brock's never lost in Hell in a Cell. He's got to pass that. He's got to pay that forward, just like the Undertaker paid his streak forward. So I think that's where it's going to be Oba, 100%.
They're going to do it. They're going to do it. Watch.
All right. The only prospect brings up a great point. Aldis might be the biggest draw for me, being super casual.
Yeah,
the biggest
I'm
draw
with
for
you.
me, the biggest draw for me is Chad Gable getting his moment in Minnesota and getting his first title in WWE, singles title in WWE. That is
It'll be awesome.
That's what I want to see. I want to see. He's never gonna get. I know he's got the built-in Gable in his song. Like my favorite. Is he my favorite wrestler? He's my. Well, okay. Will Ospreay. I love Will Ospreay. The moment that he is about to have at Wembley Stadium for All In it's gonna be an insane show. They're going to have a chance to knock at WWE's door again, like they did when they did their first show at Wembley Stadium.
All In last year was the best show I've ever attended in my life. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was good. Hangman, kind of the same story, right? Hangman coming back to Texas and going back to the old song. Anyways,
Yep.
all right, next match for
Liv versus Io.
Liv versus Io. This is a really interesting one.
Liv Morgan, who was in the tournament that she would get a shot. Essentially, I mean, she could go for the
What's up,
double
Bach?
champ, but what the hell? What's up, Baki? Liv Morgan is going to retain.
Okay. All right. What's odd
And
to
I think
me?
it's the worst move ever. She's not defended it once since she got it. It's 100 days plus.
So I question why they kept her away from Rhea Ripley. Obviously, it's the injury.
We don't want to see it anymore. Do something different.
Okay. What are they? It's the exact same thing they're doing with Seth and Roman, minus the Shield stuff. Roman's never beat Seth.
I would say the recency of it is different.
Okay.
Rhea and Liv was 2 years ago, whatever. Seth and Roman, I mean, it's always bubbling, but it really hasn't been that way for a long time.
Okay. Okay, you're gonna have an interim on the other side, Liv.
Because when we talked about this, I was like, okay, go rewind to whatever the last pay-per-view was. I was like, Io Sky's gonna win it so that they can have the rematch of Io Liv, but Liv will beat Io.
Yeah, and you've got the. You know what? You're right.
Liv Morgan. It's back. Bringing it back.
I love Liv. You know this is a big Liv house.
And I love you so.
Dude, I'm gonna give you a drug test after this show.
Dude, drug test me. Solo Sikoa is the greatest thing in WWE right now.
I'm gonna say
how about a return of Drew McIntyre?
Yeah, he might return too. Okay, I'm gonna say Liv wins because that's gonna give the all the championships, the women's Raw championships, to
Everyone
Judgment
in
Day.
Judgment Day besides JD has a belt.
So that's where I'm going. And I also think this is going to be the launching pad for Raquel Perez. It's going to be not her, excuse me, for Roxanne Perez. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think you're going to get a Roxanne Perez and Raquel.
I forgot she was in there.
Yeah, Raquel feud coming out of this. This isn't good. We're going to sidetrack really quick. Icebox, do not encourage him. Please do not encourage him. Grease on fire, wildfire, absolutely out of control, 3 fire. Jeez, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That's awful. Hope you guys are safe, Baki. Be praying for you, brother, and everybody out there in Greece. That is awful. We know about wildfires here in California. They are scary. Good night, buddy. Be praying for you. Okay, next match.
Cody Punk.
Somebody's gonna cost Cody this match. I don't know who. I kind of lean Orton. Yeah. Yeah, and he's got the kind of finish.
Although if Kevin Owens is healthy, he would be so good to take Cody out and finish where he left off.
I agree with you. I think Punk walks away with it. Why put it back on Cody right now? Keep it on Punk.
No, you don't need to.
Yeah.
And I said it last month or whatever, but I think this is where we start to see Cody Punk turn heel. You asked me if I thought Cody was going to turn heel. I don't. I think there's a lot more gas in the tank with Cody as the good guy, and he's so good at being the baby face on the chase towards the heel. Punk's gonna win, and then we're gonna get heelish Punk. You know, he had the belt over the shoulder thing, whatever.
But Cody's gonna work this match as a heel, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be really similar to how he worked the match with Cena last year at SummerSlam, where Cody was kind of working the heel tactics.
Yeah, and what does that set up ultimately? Like, right at the end of the day, what does that do? That sets us up for a Cody heel turn for the future. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, you could have argued the same thing about last summer's. I think they're just going to keep teasing it and teasing it and teasing it whenever they can. Okay, next one.
All right, next one. All right. Okay, we got to talk about this first before we talk about the match. The match is Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio for the Human Monies on a Pole match.
I love it.
Did you watch the Joe Hendry Danhausen?
It was awful.
Concert?
It was so bad.
It might have been the worst thing that I've ever seen.
I mean, it definitely was not The Rock in Sacramento. That I don't know that anybody has ever done anything better than what The Rock did in Sacramento.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But I would have rather been in like Milwaukee when Stone Cold brought out the Miller Lite truck and then sprayed Vince with a bunch of beer. That would have been freaking cool.
That would, Kurt Angle did the milk one here in Sacramento.
Oh, was that Zach? That's cool. Yeah, the Danhausen Joe Hendry. Okay, first off, I do love Joe Hendry, but I do hate his concerts. And I know that's a big part of his shtick, but I don't like it. And then you add Danhausen to it, and the whole song was, "I believe that you are cursed." Like, and it went on for like 5 minutes. We brought out the mini Danhausens. The song didn't get any better. We brought out the I don't know, some sort of cheerleaders from LA, wherever they're from. They're dancing. It was just piling. Can I say the S word here?
Sure.
You piled dog shit on dog shit during this segment, and it just kept going. That's what's painful about it. It never ended. It just kept going and going.
So for those that don't know what I'm talking about with The Rock, this was the summer after the Kings lost game. This was the summer of the Kings losing Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers right before SummerSlam.
Live in Sacramento, Sacramento, there I go.
And so he starts off with leaving Sacramento, there I go. And then he goes, but I'll be sure to come back when the Lakers beat the Kings in May. And oh my gosh, like it was a classic Arco Arena moment. Can I get this? Let me see if I can get this.
Okay. Well, you just said Arco Arena. There will never be any arena that compares to Arco. It's just
I
a
agree.
fact. I've seen a few. I haven't seen them all. But as far as a basketball, Arco is goated.
Here we go.
Live in Sacramento. Sacramento, there I go. Live in Sacramento. Ow, this is great. Sacramento, there I go. They got some fat ass women there, and rock is gonna just say no. What a song, just say no. Well, I might take a plane, I might take a train. How do you people live here? You must be insane. I'm leaving Sacramento. Sacramento, I won't stay. Check this out, check this out. Check it out. But I'll be sure to come back when the Lakers beat the Kings in May. I'll be sure to come back when the Lakers beat the Kings in May.
Oh, that just took it to a different level. That was like an all-time heat moment in the history of wrestling in Sacramento.
2003 is when he cut that one.
No, he cut that literally the summer that the Kings lost.
So it
Game
was
7.
2002.
2002. Yeah.
I found this really cool rock figurine at the local grocery store. So that was cool. But they don't sell these ones at Target or Walmart. So that was a nice pickup. More than anything, I don't care about the rock doll. I wanted that belt. The Brahma Bull belt. That's what I bought this for.
Dude.
But here is my biggest pickup of the day. Ho!
3 different heads?
4 different heads. You can take the one off his body.
Is that what they just announced at Comic-Con?
Yeah. And I saw it at Target today and I said,
how much do they charge for those things these days?
This one's like 35, I think.
35 ducats?
It's worth it. This one, if you're gonna spend 35, this is the one.
I don't disagree. All right, let's finish this train wreck off. What else do we have to get to?
The number 1 contenders match. Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn.
Oh, I didn't even know that was on the card.
I didn't either.
Finn Balor. You got to keep Sammy going down.
Nope, Sammy. Who do you have for Danhausen Dominic, by the way, before we move on?
Dominic will win. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, yeah, because it's human money's on a pool. Yeah, maybe it'll be Danhausen. You know what? I will tell you this. Whoever is producing Danhausen's stuff is doing a great job.
They were doing a great job besides last week.
Okay, but that was a combo thing. So when he's doing his own thing, like even when he's had like the matches and like the one on Saturday night's main event when Karl Anthony Towns came out,
they are going to overuse Danhausen.
The hell?
You all right?
Yeah, it's just a spider.
They're overusing Danhausen now at this point, I think.
He's selling so much stuff.
but you're going to go from selling so much stuff to selling nothing, I think.
We'll see. All right. So we both have Danhausen. You convinced me there. What do we have? Chad. Match of SummerSlam.
Yep. Agreed. Trick versus Baron Corbin.
Trick.
It's going to be Trick. It's interesting that they put Baron Corbin in this spot immediately. Maybe there's something there. Might see more of him in the future.
The Hausen ice cream truck is awesome. Yeah, I saw that. Good job, Icebox. He was giving out ice cream in Minneapolis.
Women's ladder match. Charlotte, Jade, Chelsea, Tiffy, and a mystery opponent. Who do you think the mystery opponent is going to be?
Oh, there's a mystery opponent?
Apparently.
Chelsea's not in it?
Chelsea's in it.
She is in it. Naomi will be the mystery opponent.
I heard AJ Lee out there.
You think AJ's doing a ladder match right now?
It'd be Rhea Bloody Ripley. Wait, she's not Scottish or Irish.
I don't think so, because you wouldn't be having
up in the air. Yeah,
I don't. Okay. You know what?
Maybe it's Candice LeRae.
No, it's not Candice
she's
LeRae.
Still pregnant. She's still pregnant.
She can't. Yeah, I was gonna say, because she was showing at WrestleMania. I don't think there's enough time.
She hasn't had the baby yet. She's as pregnant as you can be pregnant.
Okay, Naomi won the title at last SummerSlam, right?
A year ago. Yep.
John Candy. Dino hanging in there through this wrestling stuff.
Naomi
Appreciate you, Dino.
Fire when she got pregnant.
I don't know if has there been enough time.
I don't know. I don't think so. In my mind, I'm like, I don't think she's had enough time.
Mystery opponent. I got it. Blake Monroe.
I got it. Trish Stratus.
Nope. It's going to be Blake Monroe.
No, I think Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, I'm confused too, Icebox.
Hey.
I thought for sure Big Jim was carrying that baby.
Dino, Andy Kaufman reference. If you've never watched, Comedy Central used to have these like 30-minute shows that were strictly devoted to Andy Kaufman, Jerry Lawler. And I've watched those over and over and over and over. The Andy Kaufman, Jerry Lawler stuff was the best thing that maybe ever happened to wrestling. It was incredible. It was the biggest work in the history of wrestling.
You know, Dino's kind of a legend. He's a music guy. He's been in bands. He's
great.
Dude's got a bunch of music
really not a take
on wrestling.
He thinks he's a musical genius, probably compensating for a micro penis. I'm talking about Dino. Now we know Dino is never gonna be no rock and roll Hall of Fame inductino. I would rather listen to Yoko Ono doing a duet with a Chinese hippo. In case you're wondering what that might sound like, let me show you.
Yoko Ono?
Anyway, Jim, I don't like Dino's song. Dino sucks. Dino sucks. Dino sucks. I don't say it's something sucks ain't a take, Jim.
People submit songs to Jim Rowe.
I can't participate in this.
Why?
That song's terrible.
It's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What do we have left?
We have the ladder match. 5-way ladder match.
So here's what I would do. Dino says I'm inspirational. Yeah. I would love to see it go on Chelsea. I don't think it will. I could see Chelsea helping Tiffy because they've got a really good thing going right now.
So you're gonna put 2 belts on Tiffy?
Wait,
I mean, they did the same stuff with Liv Morgan.
Hold on. Tiffy's holding a belt right now?
She's the US champ.
She is?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I would say Chelsea. I don't think it's going to be any of the heavy hitters. It's either going to be okay. I think it will be Chelsea, or if it's Naomi that's in the match, it's 100% Naomi. If it's Blake Monroe, she is so ready. Her entrance, her gimmick. I don't think she's done an entrance on TV.
Neither is Joe Hendry.
Okay. Yeah, dude, he did an entrance on freaking WrestleMania. Quit crying about Joe Hendry.
Before he was still with NXT.
Okay. Anyways, if Blake Monroe's in this match, I could really see them doing the Sheamus thing and just strapping a rocket to her. She has the look, she has the range, she has the entrance. I want Chelsea. I could see Naomi. Okay. Let's do it this way. Mystery entry or the field. Which way are you going? No, Prince is not.
Maybe Naomi.
I'm not a smart man.
That's probably my best one. I don't know. I think Charlotte wins. I wish it were Chelsea. And I think it should be Chelsea because I think Chelsea can put on the best ladder match out of anyone. She's proven it.
I don't think it's going to be Charlotte. I think because it's an interim, it sets up so perfectly for Chelsea. Because it's like that in between, right? Like, well, I was the interim world champ. Like, it's a perfect gimmick for her to carry forward.
So who wins Money in the Bank after that? If Chelsea wins or if Chelsea loses, who wins Money in the Bank?
I think whoever wins Money on the Bank.
Premise?
I think whoever wins.
If Chelsea wins SummerSlam, who wins Money in the Bank?
I don't know, but they'll cash in on Liv.
Who wins? I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, they have to, right? There's not really an option.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say.
Yeah, anyone but Jade. I'm with you.
I'm with you.
No
You know what?
Jade.
Good job, Icebox. Anybody but Jade, anybody but Charlotte.
Anybody but Tiffy.
Why anybody but Tiffy?
I'm so sick of Tiffany Stratton. She has not been the same since she left. She's weird now, dude.
Dude, she's had to change her style. She changed her body, my man.
Exactly. She changed her body. She lost a ton of strength. Now she can't pull off the moves that she used to be able to do. And I don't like her.
All right. Well, you're going to see the same problems.
Anyway.
Okay, you're going to see the same problems for Bronson Reed. I'm just telling you. Because his whole style was, I'm a big freaking monster. I'm walking over this city in my Titantron. And dude
he's different
like
because
a deflated fat bastard now.
He his injury was a result of his weight. When he took that flying tsunami and broke his ankle 2 years ago, like that was a weight thing.
That wasn't his latest injury, though. His latest
I know,
injury was a torn
but
like
all of his
bicep.
injuries are a result. Well, maybe not the last one. I don't know. Whatever.
All right, let's walk it off. Let's hope next time we talk that it's a good SummerSlam. I don't want to see chalk. Like I want some I want some bold moves. That's it. Seth and
I think Chelsea is the boldest move you could make. And that's what I love about your prediction.
Well, okay, here's the thing though. I know you're not watching you say WWE Unreal's of work. I think it's in between. She's a big part of WWE Unreal right now. And this is a perfect situation of her, how she can make the most of anything, right? Like I just think it fits too well. So
well, you don't think that they time the release of these Unreal episodes to what they're playing out in real life? That's why I don't want to watch Unreal. I haven't watched it since like halfway through season 2. I was like, I'm done. Hey, you don't love me? You don't love me, BJ?
Dude, BJ, I don't know what's going on with Adam today, dude.
I'm in the King's Court. Yeah, you don't know. You know what's up.
I don't. I might be calling in a welfare check for you as soon as we get off the air, my man. Okay. Last one. Let's wrap this up. Seth and Roman, where are you going?
You go first.
I've been okay. How do I put this? These Roman Reigns breaks, WWE has done them perfectly. Except they overdid it with him when he was like the longest reigning. Yeah, I know it's a Temu Michael Jackson club. They overdid it when he was the longest reigning WWE champion. He was gone too long at those times, but since he's returned from that reign, I don't think it's a coincidence that they're timing some time out for him, not just for shooting movies, but I think for his health too. And it feels like it's about that time, but
does feel like it's about that time.
That said, thanks, Flores. See you Monday, buddy. Appreciate you. That said, you could still get the title off of him. It doesn't have to be at SummerSlam. I'm going to say Roman wins.
I'm going to go Seth.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you're right there. I think Roman is due for a break and he's going to take it.
All right. Well,
his contract only allows for so many dates a year, right?
You know, it was really interesting what he said at Fanatics Fest. And I know that some of that's work, but it felt like a pretty real answer when he was asked about if he's friends with people behind the scenes or whatever. And, you know, he has his family, right? But other than that, he's like, I decided, like, although, like, I tried to be one of the boys for a really long time because you want to be one of the boys. But then I decided, like, I can't be one of the boys if I want to take this to a different level. And it does seem like that switch kind of flipped. And has gotten him to a spot where nobody can really touch with the limited dates and everything in his health. So interesting stuff going on with him. All right, that we're gonna wrap up the week there. Jim, how was the week? Did we do good?
That's your strap.
That's right, Jim.
That's your ring. That's your banner. That's all of those things combined. Hey, that's your wingman watch
There
right
you
there,
go.
Ryno. Ryno, if I were you, I'd walk the hell off
Let's
on that.
walk it off,
because you're
Jim.
never going to top that.
We're not.
Ryno, I've seen all your stuff. I know. If I were you, I'd walk the hell off on that.
We're gonna walk off, Jim. That is a wrap.
Dude, that's a PR right there, Ryno.
That is a wrap.
That's
on
your PR, Ryno.
PR week. That's what Jim Rome said. So, all right. Have a great weekend. Stay cool. Adam will be in.
This is your warning shot. Bow.
Do you have to yell bow into the microphone?
That's what Jey Uso does.
I don't know what's going on with this guy. I don't. This guy, right there, that guy. I have no idea what's going on with him right now. So we're gonna walk it off. We'll be back Monday. Programming note: we've got a full week next week of the King's Court. Jerry Reynolds Wednesday. The following week after that, August 10th, no show. Monday, August 10th. Want to get that out in advance so you can plan for that. But otherwise, we will be here. Stay cool. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to everybody listening on the audio side who's downloading the podcast. Appreciate all of you. You've been killing it. Thank you. We'll see you on Monday. Court is dismissed.
Wait. The King's Court is now in your city. Bow.